So I would request everybody to please give a huge round of applause for Ms. Sonali Shuklama.
Hi everyone, very good afternoon. I think it's only fitting that I've been called at the end because everything that has been spoken, I do not think that I would have said anything which has not been discussed as yet. I think it has been a great learning opportunity to witness so many stellar speakers who have come before me and have spoken about such broad themes, of course coming from their experience. To talk a little bit about myself, and I'll try and summarize it because I've come at a sweet spot of about 1:20 when everyone is inching a little bit to go to the lunch. But I'll try and keep this as short as possible and interesting, hopefully. So my name is Sonali. I come all the way from Bombay. I work as a lead young talent management and employer branding. Two very upcoming themes in HR as such. And alongside of my corporate 9 to 5, what I do in my 5 to 9 is also I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm also a PhD student, and that's how I try to balance the creative juices as well as have a full-time career. So going to touch upon two main things, and it's going to be an amalgamation of all the broad themes that the speakers before me discussed. I think we heard about women in AI, we talked about women in fintech, we spoke about continuous learning and how women are empowered and it all begins at home. And I think there's so much more that we can keep talking about and keep talking about the gaps. But let's also talk about, I think some of the speakers also talked about some great progress that we have been able to see in various walks of life where women are now leading from the front and of course setting the trend for themselves. I'm going to touch upon two things. One is of course because we are in an education institute and because I deal with colleges for a living on a regular basis, it would be unfair for me to not talk about it, leave my 2 cents on what we are actually looking for when we go to colleges and campuses. What is, somebody at the back was just talking to me that what are the skills that you're looking for in the students these days when you go for campus placement drives. And of course I'm going to talk a little bit about employer branding, right? So, and why and how did it come into picture? So from established organizations to startups today, everybody is on LinkedIn promoting themselves, putting their best face on, and why did it happen and why is it required? So let me first talk about what are we looking for when we are going to campuses. So like my previous speaker just spoke about AI and the disruption that it is causing. We are no more looking for the traditional skills. It used to be a phenomenon that a company comes to my college, I sit for the campus placement drive, I give the interview, I get placed, and that's that for me, right? I work there for about 2.5, 3 years, and then I hop on the job and get a 30% hike and move on. This used to be a previous landscape, and we used to call millennials the job hoppers. Now we are dealing with Gen Z, we are dealing with Gen Alpha very soon. And these are all the students who are probably sitting over here or available in the colleges, very keenly looking at corporates and what they're looking for. So let me tell you that AI is here to stay, and you as a student, as somebody who's looking for jobs, as a job seeker in the market, you have a lot of people to compete with. To be able to create your niche and to be able to attract somebody who's coming from a corporate end, you no more need to talk about long resumes, you don't need to talk about what you have done as a college student. You need to be able to be talking about the real world problems, right? The technology and how you are very much capable of dealing with technology, how you are very adaptable in recognizing that technology is here to stay, and how you're shaking hands with technology. This is the kind of mindset that we're looking for. When we are sitting across from us in a campus placement drive, we are not able to gauge you basis what tasks you can deliver for us. We are only able to gauge you the kind of mindset that you are portraying in front of us, right? And that is my only appeal and my 2 cents to all the students here, that we're now not looking at long resumes which says that I've managed this college campaign or I have done this. This is how great I am at my academics. Sure you are, but what we're looking for is a solution-oriented mindset, because because there are n number of problems in a corporate to deal with, and with AI, it is only getting more problematic, so to say, before it gets easier, because right now everybody is just adjusting to this new disruption that has come from the technology. Of course, it's going to be a deal maker and breaker for some of the organizations. Many of these jobs are going to go, and the new jobs are going to come into picture. New roles, we are already talking about so many new roles in HR, in manufacturing. I come from an organization which is a commodity-based organization. Cement does not really attract a youngster to come and work for a cement company as such. But when we talk about the larger Aditya group, we have so many interesting brands like fashion retail and new age hospitality and whatnot. And so for us to be able to set our foot in the market and also attract young talent, we then of course take the route of employer branding, which is the next topic and the next portfolio that I take care of. Why are so many organizations talking about themselves? Aditya Birla Group or Ultratech Cement is a market leader, does not need really that much introduction in the market. You name the sector and the companies present over here, right? We are present in fashion, retail, we are present in hospitality, infrastructure, aluminium, and so many more. Why then we need to talk about, our organization time and again on LinkedIn? And of course, when we talk about employer branding, it's a way of the organization to do its own personal branding, right? When we see so many people, so I think 80% of us are going to go back and talk about this particular conference, tag this particular institute, and do our own personal branding on LinkedIn. Why is it so necessary? Why did we have this forum? I'm sure there are so many forums that all of us keep going to. Why did we have a dedicated forum to talk about so many upcoming themes when we talk about women? Reason being because we are able to network and connect with so many people over here, and we are able to project and talk about what we have been doing. And so that is why it becomes very necessary for organizations also today to be able to be in the game and compete with several other organizations and attract the best talent. So if I don't keep talking about the kind of culture that I have, the kind of EVP that I have, the kind of offering that I can give you in terms of a great work opportunity and culture, I'm not sure if the talent sitting across of me, who as also other organizations attracting and competing for their attention, would be coming and participating in the placement drive. So it's a dichotomy both for the organization and for the student and the talent present in the market, and we are all taking our sweet bets on this particular the phenomenon that is helping. So I think these are the two broad themes that I take care of on a daily basis, and I thought that this is something that I would want to talk about. Of course, it's a great experience, and I would like to thank IIMT for phenomenally organizing this particular forum, bringing in so many women together from different walks of life. It's been a great learning experience, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your words, ma'am. Now we have one special speaker for this session who has joined us from